Hi, I'm Brian. Kettle's on, make yourself a cup of tea. Today I want to talk about Quantum Leap, and more specifically, an article what I saw a couple of days ago. Now this is on Sci-Fi Wire, and it's an article with Scott Bakula saying that a Quantum Leap revival might be happening. Now, I loved Quantum Leap when it was on, and I was disappointed when it ended. I wish it had run on for longer than it did, especially given the final episode, which ended on nothing more than cue cards at the end explaining what happened. I do believe the series wasn't meant to end there, and they had to do something to give fans closure, but I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that. But the last episode saw Sam in a bar, and he was given a choice towards the end what he wanted to do. He said he wanted to go home, but he couldn't because he had to wrong to put right for Al. He goes and writes Al's wrong, and then you get the cue card at the end saying what happened to Sam afterwards. But this article here is saying that it might be able to bring Quantum Leap back. As I said, this article is from Sci-Fi Wire. It's where I saw it first, so it's what I'm going from. Scott Bakula says Quantum Leap revival might finally be close to jumping home. Scott Bakula's next leap might just be the leap home, finally. Recently speaking with Bob Saget, I think that's right, the actor revealed that there are currently significant conversations taking place with regards to a reboot of Quantum Leap. We are definitely living in a reboot era, as you're aware of, he said, most likely referring to the fact that Saget reprised his famous role as Danny Tanner in Netflix' Fuller House. I don't know what it would be, I don't know who would have it, Bakula admitted. The rights were a mess for years, I don't even know if they're sorted out now. That's always been the biggest complication. I don't know what the idea would be if we did reboot the show. Created by Donald P. Belliaso, I've probably got that name wrong, but bear with me. The original series ran for nearly 100 episodes across a total of 4.5 seasons between 1989 and 1993. It followed Dr. Samuel Beckett, a scientist who jumps from body to body, righting wrongs throughout history while trying to get back to his own time period. His only guide along this journey is Al, a man who appears as a hologram that only Sam can see and interact with. Done for years, he and I talked about it periodically, Bakula continued during his conversation with Saget. He would always say, I can't write it without thinking about you and Dean. I said, just think about me and Dean and write your show, and get it out there. If you have an idea, just write it, I'm sure it'll be great. Quantum Leap picked up a number of noteworthy accolades over the years, including Emmy and Golden Globe Awards for Bakula and Stockwell, respectively. There's been rumblings of a revival or reboot of the beloved franchise for years, and fans have clamoured for it. And now it sounds like we might finally be getting closer to getting Bakula, or even a new Sam, jumped into a body once again. So there, it's just what Scott Bakula is saying. There's nothing definite whether Quantum Leap will get a revival or a reboot, continuation. But it is interesting that even after all these years, they are still wanting to bring it back. Will it come back as the same show it left as? I will guarantee absolutely not. They might bring Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell back for the first episode, but then I think after that they would swap one or both of them out. That would be up to the writers and the showrunners. Would I like to see revival Quantum Leap? I think a few years ago I would have happily had the Quantum Leap continued, but now I think too much time has passed. I don't think they could properly do a continuation of Quantum Leap. If they did it, I think it would be a reboot, and then Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell wouldn't be in it. It would be someone else. It would more likely be a female lead, as that is the trend these days. Would it be as good as the original? Again, I would probably guarantee not. The original was brilliant at the time, and I've gone back and watched some episodes, and some episodes still hold up really well now. Yes, there are some episodes that weren't great, but all shows have good and bad episodes. But I think if they revived it now with a new cast, I don't think it'd work as well. It would be too bogged down like all other shows are at the moment. They'd have politics right at the centre of it. It would be a bit of a mess, if I'm being honest, in my opinion. It might work, but I don't think it would. You'd probably have Sam, or whoever would be taking the role of Sam, leaving throughout time, and rather than trying to write small personal wrongs for people, they'd be going back trying to rewrite big political wrongs which the people on the show seem to think would have happened, and I think that would ruin the show. If they did bring it back, I would like to think it would be a continuation with Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell reprising the roles, but I think realistically I don't think that would happen. They're both older now. I mean, when did it say finished? 1993. I mean, it finished nearly 30 years ago. I can't see them coming back now. I do think it would have to be a completely new cast, in which case it would be a reboot rather than continuation. But what do you guys think? Would you be up for a Quantum Leap reboot? Are you old enough to know what Quantum Leap was? Do let me know in the comments below. And that's all from me. I want to make a fresh cup of tea.